Commander Zeth Kara adjusted his neural interface as the holographic display flickered before him. The Galactic Council chamber hummed with the soft vibrations of 1,000 different species, each representing worlds that had been catalogued, conquered, or claimed over the past millennium. As the supreme military coordinator of the hegemony, he had overseen the systematic expansion across 3 galactic arms with methodical precision. "The final sector surveys are complete," announced his aide, a crystalline being whose voice chimed like wind through glass formations. "Sector 7749 Delta shows no signs of advanced civilization. The primitive bipedal species that once inhabited the 3rd planet appears to have gone extinct approximately 2,000 rotations ago." Zeth Kara's mandibles clicked in satisfaction. The species in question, humans, according to the ancient archives, had shown promise once. Their early space ventures had been detected by long-range sensors, crude but determined attempts to reach beyond their singular world. Then, silence. Their electromagnetic signatures had vanished, their primitive satellites had gone dark, and their homeworld had fallen into the quiet darkness that marked the end of a species' ambitions. "Excellent. Mark the system for mining operations. The 3rd planet contains substantial mineral deposits." He paused, accessing archived data through his neural link. "It's curious, though. The humans showed unusual tenacity in their final centuries. Their military structures were primitive but organized. They had a concept called nuclear deterrent that nearly destroyed their own planet." "Typical of violent, short-lived species," the aide responded. "They burn bright and extinguish themselves. The galaxy is better without such chaos." The meeting proceeded with bureaucratic efficiency. Mining rights were assigned, colonization schedules were updated, and the systematic consumption of another star system was set in motion. It was a process the hegemony had perfected over millennia. Identify, catalog, exploit, expand. 3 days later, the first mining vessels approached Earth's solar system. Captain Veltor commanded the lead harvester, a massive ship designed to strip asteroids and dead worlds of their resources. His crew of 40 different species worked with practiced efficiency, having performed this operation countless times across the galaxy. As they entered the system's outer edge, routine scans began mapping mineral compositions and gravitational fields. "Sir," called out his sensor operator, a tentacled being whose multiple eyes could process electromagnetic data across 17 different spectrums. "I'm detecting anomalous readings from the outer planetary bodies." Veltor activated his command. Display. Define anomalous. Metallic structures embedded in asteroid formations, highly organized almost, architectural in nature. The operator's voice carried a note of confusion. "And sir, I'm reading faint energy signatures. Very faint, but definitely artificial." A chill ran through Veltor's exoskeleton. "Could be automated systems from the extinct species. Run a deep scan of the entire system before we proceed." The deep scan took 18 hours. What it revealed changed everything. Hidden within asteroid belts, buried in the shadowed sides of moons, and drifting in the empty spaces between planets were structures. Not the crude, obvious constructions the hegemony expected from primitive species, but sophisticated installations that had somehow evaded detection for 2 millennia. Massive manufacturing facilities, concealed weapons platforms, and what appeared to be entire cities carved into the hearts of asteroids. "Sir," the sensor operator's voice was barely a whisper, "I'm detecting movement." On the holographic display, dots of light began to separate from asteroid clusters. Hundreds of them, then thousands. They moved with purpose and coordination that spoke of a living, organized intelligence. As they drew closer, their true nature became clear. Warships. Sleek, predatory vessels unlike anything in the hegemony's databases, bristling with weapon systems that radiated barely contained energy. Captain Veltor tried to broadcast the traditional surrender protocol. The response came not in words but in a transmission that bypassed their communication systems entirely and spoke directly to every being on the ship simultaneously. "You came to harvest the bones of our world," the voice said, carrying within it the weight of 2,000 years of hidden growth. of secret preparation, of species-wide determination. You cataloged us as extinct because we chose to disappear. We learned about your hegemony from your own scouts. We saw what you did to worlds that resisted. The human fleet continued to emerge from concealment. Veltor's instruments couldn't even count them all. They filled the sensor displays like a swarm of predators emerging from the depths of space itself. So we died, the voice continued. Officially, we went dark, went silent, went deep. Every human settlement, every outpost, every ship, all of it hidden in the shadows between worlds. For 2,000 years we've built and grown and prepared. We've studied your technology, learned your tactics, watched your fleets strip entire systems clean. Veltor tried to send an emergency transmission to Hegemony Command, but found his communication systems disabled by some form of interference he couldn't understand. We've been waiting for you to come for Earth. Because when you did, we wanted to send a message that the entire galaxy would hear. The human warships arranged themselves in perfect formations around the mining fleet, their weapons powered up with a sound that somehow transmitted through the vacuum of space itself, a deep, thrumming note like the heartbeat of an angry god. Humanity is not extinct, the voice said, and now it was transmitted on every frequency, used by the hegemony, broadcast to every ship, every station, every world in their network. We've been hiding, learning, and growing, and now we're done hiding. The first human ship to decloak near the hegemony's core worlds appeared exactly 18 hours later. Then another, then 10,000 more. The galaxy suddenly found itself facing not the extinction of a primitive species, but the emergence of an apex predator that had spent 2 millennia learning exactly how to hunt them. Commander Zethkara stared at the tactical displays showing human fleets appearing throughout hegemony space, and realized that the humans had never gone extinct at all. They had simply chosen to let their enemies believe they were dead. It was, he reflected grimly, a very human thing to do.